Now on 5, designers Colin and Justin are on hand to give Quentin some moral support, and he'll need it as they look for Britain's worst home.
Hello! If there's one thing us Brits are good at, it's being bad at things. Time to meet the worst of the worst. A typical British street. Identical houses, identical roofs, walls, even the windows are the same. But inside, it's a different story. Every decision we make about colour, shape, style and space marks out our personalities in our homes. So what kind of personality lives in a house like this? We took a whirlwind tour of the nation and examined the hundreds of horror homes nominated by you. We've chosen 4 of the worst and bring you the design dingbats who live there.
What their homes say about them is frankly terrifying. Now, we could bulldoze the lot, but what we're going to do is be a bit more constructive. We're going to offer them 3 days of intensive challenges and workshops to improve their inferior interior design.
We're also going to unleash 5's very own style stormtroopers, Justin and Colin.
That comedy wall of drawings by some nutter.
We're hoping that their unique brand of caustic criticism will help shame our homeowners into changing their ways.
I did try my best. It was like a dirty protest by the Hulk.
And with pitiless inevitability, the least improved homeowner will return to their hopeless hovel, doomed forever to live in Britain's worst home. Let's meet 'em.
Our first hideous home belongs to 39-year-old Julia. She is to interior design what I am to dancing. Her tireless collecting of tat means that her cluttered Cornish home is more boot sale than cosy cottage.
I get bored quite easily with all the same style, so, you know, I buy bits and pieces. You know, I can't stick with one thing.
Her decorating dementia has left future son-in-law Mark desperate.
She just gets an idea in her head from somewhere, and next thing you know, it's up on the wall and on the ceiling and on the floor and wherever she can put it.
Julia's a part-time laundry worker and spends 50% of her hard-earned on rubbish like this DVD cabinet and the dodgy dragon table.
I just had to have it. I just loved it. It was big, bold, bright. And to me, it was a real dragon, because some dragons you do see, they're more lizardy.
As well as her appalling accessorising, Julia has inflicted the full force of her delinquent design skills on just about every available square inch of wall space.
The people in this area, there's all like late middle-aged people all trying to retire, and then all of a sudden you've got someone like Julie who does that to her house, and it's just horrendous.
But her finest work lives behind this door.
Hello? This is my ocean-themed bathroom.
A cutting-edge design that mixes electricity with water. Nice.
Switch me on, please.
It's just not right. I said something has got to be done to stop her doing this sort of thing. It's embarrassing.
I don't really care what other people think. That's me, you know.
And so to Margaret, whose home is a right royal tip. 2 decades of collecting anything to do with royalty has left Margaret's North London semi looking like a market stall for monarchy memorabilia.
Oh, jeez. It's a nightmare. I really couldn't even guess how much is really there.
Everywhere you look, there's one or other member of the royal family.
This is where you shake hands with the Queen. You have to wear a black glove and you have to wave.
This doll, the Queen saw him and she said if he had a voice box, that would be William.
But even fellow royalists aren't convinced. This doll is just one of the reasons why friend Valentine has had enough.
I hope Prince William can forgive me for saying this, but I had to ask her, what's that doll? It's Prince William. And what?
Divorcee Margaret's obsessive collecting got out of control when the last of her children left home. She's filled her floor space, crammed the garage, built an extension just for Diana items, and even cleared out all family photos to make way for royal ones.
My children actually do make noises every so often about, oh yes, comments have been made.
Margaret's home is now devoid of all other aspects of her personality, but even she admits to occasional lapses of terrible taste. But she does have her limits. Out of respect, she's chosen to keep her own throne room a royalty-free zone.
No, it gets tacky then.
Time to visit Julian in Sheffield.
What's he got in his house? Computers, computer parts, the mouses, the keyboards, the monitors, magazines, models. Keeps on mounting up, and it's like all this stuff will be moved in and he'll end up moving out.
I don't like throwing things away because there's always a use for something. Why should I throw perfectly good things away? I hate it when people throw them away.
In the 10 years that unemployed bachelor Julian has lived in his two-bed abode, he's not so much as opened a paint tin, which is why it looks like a landfill site.
Oops.
Julian's untroubled by worries of decoration and design. Sister Laura is quietly horrified.
When he first moved into it, I think he did have an intention on getting it right and getting it modern, and I think he's just let that idea slip, really.
And before you ask, yes, this really is his bedroom. Julian rarely throws anything out and seems to have cornered the market in empty cardboard boxes and broken computers.
You don't need so many computer parts. I'm sorry.
I do, because you never know. If I took some bits away, I might want them bits.
Yeah, all right, you might need some bits away, but why not keep 2 or 3, not 5 or 6 or 7?
Because I might need 5, 6 or 7.
He needs to start settling down, and he needs to get his house nice so that he can, because he'll just scare people off living like that.
Three domestic disaster zones and still one more to go. And that one really is scary.
Welcome back to Britain's worst home. So far we've showed you 3 horrendous houses. Julia's stylistic blindness has left her with a home full of kitsch like this and this. Mad monarchist Margaret is more interested in photos of the royal family than her own family. And serial hoarder Julian has surrounded himself with hundreds of empty cardboard boxes. Nothing I could say would prepare our experts Justin and Colin for what awaits them.
But we've got one more hapless homeowner to meet, and I warn you, she's got a house of horrors.
A perfectly normal-looking suburban semi. You'd be forgiven for thinking that some tasteless teenager or unsanitary students live here. But no, it's home to 34-year-old mother of 3, Nicola. She's still proud to be a goth.
My house isn't for anybody. Most people would not be able to handle living in a house like this.
Taking centre stage in Nicola's house of horrors is her worrying collection of gothic dolls, hung like corpses on the walls.
Most people like cute porcelain type dolls, but I don't do cute.
Voluntary worker Nicola's morbid taste in interiors has left some neighbours reluctant to come round for tea.
We had a residents' association meeting here one night and we've not had them here since.
Bob is the chairman of the Residents' Association. He's so convinced this is Britain's worst home that he's reluctantly agreed to walk us through the weirdness.
I mean, what on earth is the attraction in that? That is just something else. I mean, if that was mine, I would think it's already in the coffin. I'd go and bury it in the garden. I mean, it's disgusting, isn't it? Look, it's just... I mean, why can't they just have normal things? Maybe a nice clock or, you know, some sort of like brass things.
When Nicola's not giving the neighbours nightmares, she's painting more bad dreams on her walls.
When I first moved in here, I didn't like any of the colours in any of the rooms, and the toilet in particular was painted pink and flowery. I decided to get a tub of paint out, and I had a large tub of black paint.
For Bob, it's one morbid mural too many.
I think I'd go to the toilet down the garden rather than face the fear of going into that bathroom.
Nicola, hello and welcome. What a lovely bag.
We've brought our 4 homeowners